Today, we're diving into something a lot of us are feeling right now, that intense financial squeeze in our households. It's a crisis that's playing out everywhere, from the gas station to the grocery store. So, let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? You're at the checkout, you look at your bill, and you just think, how is everything so much more expensive than it was last month? I promise you, you are not just imagining things. For millions of people, this squeeze has gone way beyond a feeling. It's become a daily economic reality. So what we're gonna do now is break down what's really going on, why it's happening, and what, if anything, is being done about it. So what's actually causing all this pressure? Well, it turns out there are about 4 key forces all working together, tightening this financial vice on all of us. First up is the big one, inflation. In 2022, it hit an average of 6.9%. Now, that's the highest it's been since 2009, and this single number is what's making everything else feel so much tighter.
So what does that really mean for you and me? It's simple, really. Your money just doesn't buy as much as it used to. The cost of everything, the fuel you need to get to work, the electricity that keeps the lights on, the food you put on the table, it's all going up. And for most of us, our paychecks just aren't keeping up.
Okay, so to try and fight that inflation, the South African Reserve Bank started hiking up the repo rate. And they didn't just do it once. They did it 8 consecutive times, bringing it all the way up to 7.25%. And that has a direct and pretty immediate hit on your wallet. A higher repo rate means higher monthly payments on pretty much everything. Your home loan, your car loan, your credit card, student debt, you name it. It's just another huge slice of your income gone before you've even had a chance to spend it. The third force at play here is unemployment. And honestly, this number is just staggering. 65.2%. That was the youth unemployment rate in Cape Town back in 2021. This isn't just a statistic. It's a huge part of a generation that's really struggling to even get started. And if you look at this chart, you can see the trend. It's not just that the number is high, it's that it's getting worse and fast. It jumped from 59% in 2020 to over 65% in just 1 year. That's a massive increase, and it puts enormous pressure not just on families, but on the entire city. You see, all that pressure on individual families, well, it doesn't just stay there. When so many people are struggling at once, it starts to create some really big risks for the city as a whole. Let's take a look at what those are. It really boils down to 2 major risks. On one side, you have the potential for social instability. I mean, when people are under this much financial stress and young people can't see a path forward, the risk of public unrest just naturally goes up. And on the other side, it puts a huge fiscal strain on the city. If people can't afford to pay their bills, the city doesn't collect revenue, and that affects its ability to provide basic services. And this quote, wow, it really just shows you how serious the problem is. This isn't just theory. The city is officially changing its financial plans because it knows people are going to have a hard time paying their bills. They're actually planning for it. So, in the face of this massive squeeze, what is the city actually doing to help? Well, the response is basically a 4-part strategy. Think of it as them trying to find ways to loosen that financial vice. So here's the game plan. First, try to keep any price hikes on city services as low as humanly possible. Second, give real practical help to unemployed people trying to find work. Third, keep the safety net of indigent relief going for the most vulnerable. And fourth, recognize the mental strain of all this by boosting social support. Let's just zoom in on that second point for a second. To support the unemployed, the city is doing some really tangible things, like offering free bus rides on the My City service for people who are actively looking for a job. I mean, taking away the cost of transport might seem small, but it can be a total game changer. Now, for households that are in the most desperate situations, this indigent relief program is an absolute lifeline. It basically makes sure that even if you have zero income, your family still gets access to a basic amount of water, electricity, and sanitation. And this is so important. The response isn't just about the numbers. The city understands the huge mental and emotional toll this kind of constant financial stress has on people. So a key part of the plan is making sure there's more psychosocial support out there to help people cope with all the anxiety and pressure. And that really brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? We can see these powerful economic forces squeezing households from all sides, and we can see the relief measures being put in place to fight back. But as these pressures keep building, you have to wonder, will it be enough to really, truly ease the squeeze?